Today we're going to take a look at a 5-minute clip from Sandy Meisner's acting class on YouTube. I've taken both in-person, beginner, and advanced Meisner courses. I've watched most of the Sandy Meisner acting courses online. There's some great 2 to 4 hour YouTube videos, and I've also both read his book and listened to his audiobook. So I feel I know a bit about the Meisner technique, and today I want to go through and give some commentary on this 5-minute clip, and hopefully I can help elucidate the problem that this actor is dealing with, and thereby allow you to better understand what's going on here. The audio for this clip is a little distorted, so I've added subtitles to make it more clear, and while I'm playing the first 45 seconds, I want you to pay close attention to this actress and what you think could be improved about her acting.
The secret of the stars, gravitation. The secret of the earth, layers of rock. The secret of the soil, to receive seed. The secret of the seed, the germ. The secret of man, the sower. The secret of woman, the soil. My secret? Under a mound that you shall never find.
Now, I think there's moments of good acting here, but overall, I would say that the words sound a bit memorized. It's not totally clear why she's saying them. It sounds like I've memorized these words and I know I have to say it, so I'm going to move on and just get them out there. I think this line in specific is a good example of what I'm talking about.
The secret of man, the sower.
So she asks a question, the secret of man, but it doesn't seem like she's genuinely asking the question. And then when she says the man, is she waiting for Meisner's response? Is she looking, do you know the answer to my question? No, it seems like she's just said, here's my question, here's my answer. She's not asking the question and expecting an answer. She's just asking a question and then saying the answer. She's basically asking herself a question and then giving herself the answer without looking for a response. There's no back and forth. There's no listening to the other actor and then responding based on what you see. So I'm going to play the rest of the clip with Meisner's advice, and afterwards I'm going to give a brief commentary, and hopefully that will further elucidate what he's trying to say and what he's trying to fix about the acting here.
My secret? Under a mound that you shall never find.
The worst possible thing that I can say to you is that it's got to be made interesting. And in order to do that, it means in its simplest way to find a way of doing it. Right?
Yeah.
Now, if you were teasing me, you know, and say, you know where I live? It's a building. And it's red brick. But I'll never tell you what my phone number is. Play with me. Tell me, you know, play with me.
Essentially, what he's saying is, I want you to say the words to me in a certain way. So for example, while he's explaining what he feels the scene needs, that's when the actress is fully focused on him and is listening. So what Sandy's looking for is an active listening and responding. So when he says something, he wants to see that she's actually present and listening to what he has to say. So here, for example, when he says it's a building of red brick, she finds that amusing. So I'm going to play this, and because she's, actually listening to the teacher and his words, she's going to have spontaneous reactions. So here she becomes amused.
And it's red brick. But I'll
So you see that smile? That was a genuine reaction. She didn't plan that, but she's listening to what Meisner's saying, and for some reason she finds it amusing. So here's another example of what he's looking for. This is before they act with the lines. This is just Meisner explaining what he has to say. And here, it's real life. This is the actress genuinely listening. So I'll play this and I'll explain.
now, if you were teasing me, you know,
So you can tell she's genuinely listening. And here he says,
say,
She nods in response, yes, I know. So he's saying something and she has a reaction because of that. She's actually tuned in to what he's saying. So I'm going to play the rest of the clip. This is after Meisner's advice. He told her to tease, but essentially what he wants is for her to engage with him and there to be a back and forth.
The secret of the stars? Gravitation.
get my suspense. I'll try to think it out with you. The secret of
Secret of the stars? Gravitation. The secret of the earth? Layers of rock.
Francis.
Yes.
Wait, because what I do.
Ah.
So for context, what Sandy usually says, what I do depends on what you do. So because she knows this, they've been in the class for a while, she knows what he means when he says that. What I do depends on what you do. And now what's going to happen in this scene is she's going to start actually looking for if Sandy's received her message. Is he trying to figure out the question she asked? Does he know? What does he feel about what I'm saying? And now it's going to become a back and forth, and we'll take a look at that. And it's going to be much different than when she first did it. There's going to be two people, not one, but two people interacting, and that's what we're looking for.
You forgot that.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
how will that do?
Okay. The secret of the stars?
So the secret of the stars, she genuinely asked him the question, and now he's taking that in and he's thinking, what could it be? What is the secret? I don't know. Shrug of shoulders. And because she's now actually listening, she's going to see that. Okay, he shrugged his shoulders. He doesn't know. Let me give you the answer.
Gravitation. The secret of the earth?
Now she's actually looking. Do you want to know? Like Meisner's nodding. Yes, what is it? And she's looking, oh, okay, so you want to know. And because she sees that he wants to know the answer, that's when she says the answer. So there's a back and forth. She's actually listening. She's responding. She's interacting with another person in the scene, in the moment. It's not her in her head saying, how do I say these lines? All about me. What am I going to say? How am I going to say it? It's looking at Meisner. Does he want to know? Okay, well, I'll tell him. And it's listening and responding. What you do depends on what the other person does. It's not about you. It takes two people to do a scene.
Layers of rock. The secret of the soil? To receive seed. The secret of the seed? The germ.
So that was an authentic reaction. It's almost like a disappointment. You don't know? Oh, you don't know the secret of the seed? It's the germ. You should have known that. There's spontaneous things happening here because she's not planning anymore. The actress isn't deciding how to say the words. She's actually asking him the question, and then when he has a reaction, that's causing her to feel a certain way. Oh, you don't know? Come on. So everything is much more real and fresh and spontaneous and unpredictable. Surprise, and she's like, yes, it is. So again, this is in the moment. And that's really, I think, the core of what Meisner was going after with his teaching. Listen and respond. Actually be present. Often actors are in their own heads and they're not present with their scene partner.
The secret of man. The sower. The secret of woman. The soil. My secret. Under a mound that you shall never find.
Now, let's examine what we did. Is because it's more interesting. You know,
Yeah.
what made it more interesting?
Everything.
No, specifically.
Having a specific intention, the teasing, an attitude made it more
A way of doing
way of doing it. Yeah.
right.
Right.
Be specific. It's all over the neighborhood plans on the walls. To say, wasn't that the difference, Francis, between what you and I did?
Absolutely.
So essentially what happened here is she now had a reason to listen and respond to Meisner. She was teasing him, and she wanted to see, is this working? Is this way of doing it getting across to him? And there was now a back and forth between two people, not an actor in their own head, essentially doing the scene by themselves and not really having a conversation because they weren't really listening to the other person. They were just having a conversation essentially with themselves. It's like when you ask a question, but you're not expecting an answer from the other person, you're just delivering your answer when you feel like it. What was much more interesting after his note was that there were reactions based on what the other person was doing, whereas before, it was all self-focused and self-centered. I'm not an expert on Meisner technique, so I apologize if I got any of this wrong, but those are my thoughts after some training. Thank you for watching.